Hey gearheads, and welcome to Garage Talk. I'm Corey, and this is a 2019 Ford Raptor. But wait, there's more. This is actually an aftermarket upgrade by our friends down in the Houston, Texas area at Hennessey Performance. So what this really is a 2019 VelociRaptor. Can we say TRX who? So, what the VelociRaptor is an aftermarket tune, like I said, by Hennessey Performance down in the Houston, Texas area. And they have many different levels and performance modifications for their Raptors. This is the VelociRaptor 500, which is kind of their entry level, so to speak, which, let's face it, there's nothing entry level about a Ford Raptor in its own right. So the fact that a Raptor got an upgrade just makes it all that much better. They also have a VelociRaptor 600 and a 600 6x6, which is just insane. But today, we are going to be checking out this VelociRaptor 500. Stay tuned. Hey gearheads, do us a huge favor. Hit that subscribe button down below so that you don't miss a future video review from us. And ring that bell so you get notified every time we post.
And if you want to know some behind the scenes things, some of the wild and crazy stuff that we're driving, including this TRX, Hellcat powered, be sure to follow us on Instagram and Facebook, both at GT Garage Talk. And you can find all of what we do, including our podcast, at gtgaragetalk.com.
Huge thanks to our friends and partners here at Ray Todd in Tyler, Texas. If you're interested in this ride or whatever else is on their lot, hit up that link down in the description below. Hey gearheads, huge thanks to our friends over at One Off Productions for the help with this video and plenty of others. If you want to know more from them, check out their link down in the description below. Hey gearheads, what makes the VelociRaptor really special actually starts up front here under the hood. So, actually show you, this starts life with Ford's very competent, very potent 3.5 liter twin turbo V6, which actually from the factory produces 450 horsepower and 510 pound-feet of torque. Hennessey then goes to work doing their magic, putting an intake, an exhaust, and a tune on the Raptor to increase those numbers to 500 brake horsepower, 522 pound-feet of torque, and ups those performance numbers to 0 to 60 in 4.8 seconds in this huge beast, and the quarter mile time of 13.7 seconds at 105 miles per hour. When I was growing up and going through high school, those were performance car numbers. To think that you can do that in a full-size truck like this just blows my mind and is insane. And in fact, this thing is huge. It is massive. And part of that is from the factory because, again, Raptors come lifted. Full-size trucks have gotten massive as it is, and then to lift it, and then to have Hennessey take it a step further and put their own stamp and their own flavor onto this. We do have upgraded wheels and tires. You can see we've got Toyo open country tires, and this came standard with Fox shocks and reservoirs back in the back. The Stage 1 package include the VelociRaptor front bumper, your LED lights in the front bumper, the VelociRaptor rear bumper, 20-inch Hennessey 10-spoke wheels, 35-inch Toyo open country off-road tires, front suspension leveling kit, Hennessey and VelociRaptor exterior emblems, and all that comes with a professional installation. In fact, Hennessey even puts a 3-year limited warranty on this. So this particular 2019 actually has a warranty on it all the way through April of 2022. That's right, you can get this 2019 with a warranty through the aftermarket upgrader that is still good on this one. And yes, this one is for sale. I want to know from you, what are your thoughts not only on the Raptor, but on this VelociRaptor. Are lifted trucks your thing? Are you into big trucks? Because let's face it, here in Texas, full-size pickups are the family vehicle, bar none. You've got full-size pickups and full-size SUVs everywhere on the road here. And when Ford first launched the first-gen Raptor, they started turning up everywhere down here. And the big competition from Ram, the TRX, is already hitting the streets in mass here in East Texas as well. So why don't you drop a comment down below on what you think of the full-size off-road insane super truck game, and let us know what you think. All right, gearheads, that's enough talk. Let's get behind the wheel and go. Setting off in the 2019 Ford Raptor Hennessey VelociRaptor. First thing you'll notice from getting in here is it's plush. It's practically a luxury vehicle. You've got dual zone automatic climate, you've got heated and ventilated seats. Let me just tell you, as a Texas resident, these ventilated seats win my seal of approval, because they remember that you're turned on and to what level every time you turn the vehicle off and back on. So that is a big plus for Texas summers, and let's face it, year-round weather down here. Carbon fiber bits here on the auxiliary tray cover, where you've got dual USBs and some storage space. There's a dime down there. Dual cup holders, pen holder, very large center console here. Being that this is a 2019, it doesn't have the updated interior with the fold flat workstation. You can get those in the 2020s. And you get a little bit better upgraded interior, though let's face it, the interior in this one is not that bad. I mean, yes, hard touch plastics here and there. Yes, it's got a small 8-inch touchscreen display, whereas with newer trucks, you can get the 14 horizontal or the 15 vertical in newer F-150s and Ford products. You've got very good cameras in here, although again, small screen, not so great resolution. The VelociRaptor front bull bar actually obstructs the front camera here a little bit, and then you've got your bird's eye 360. You can change the view to see just out the front or a large panoramic view, although again, that bull bar gets in the way. And then if you slap it in reverse, you actually get a fairly decent view behind you with trajectory. So you can see these white lines here are your trajectory. Your dotted line is where your hitch would line up. And you can actually change that to be a full screen view as well. So not that bad. You even get a panoramic view of the rear. So pretty good cameras in it. Not anything just to write home about. This also has Ford's lane keeping assistance. So I've noticed getting a little too close to the line in this very big truck that the steering wheel starts to vibrate and shake on you, which is fairly nice. Speaking of the steering wheel, heated, and you've got these nice metal paddles controlling the GM and Ford co-developed 10-speed auto in this. I will say there really seems to be like, I don't know, maybe too many gears in this 10-speed transmission, that when you floor it, it takes a bit to figure out what it is you want to do and what direction to take the shift pattern. So it is a little sluggish, but again, going back to those paddle shifters, you can slap it in manual mode and go along your merry little way and more or less row your own way down through the years that way. This does have start-stop technology, so here I am, stopped. No droning engine noise from that custom Hennessey tuned exhaust, which, let's face it, I'm turning that off. Comes back on when you take your foot off the brake and you're off. It It's a little embarrassing in a vehicle that is as noticeable as this. If you're sitting in traffic and it shuts off, everybody is looking around like, wow, it just got really quiet. What happened? And when it comes back on, it's very noticeable. Like, what on earth is that? Let's see, what else? So, a little quick stop right there. There's only so much you can do to defy physics. And while this does have a very cushy ride for doing trophy truck-like stuff, high speed over very rough terrain, it does have a lot of dive when you step on the brakes. So there is a little bit of that. But overall, the ride in this really reminds me of my 91 Cadillac that I started and learned how to drive in. It's a very different experience. It's very, like I said, old school luxury vehicle in this. You've got all the luxury amenities you would want or need, and then a very cushy, floaty, yacht-like ride. And with this very tall seating position, I tower over everybody. It really does feel like you're just boating down the highway. It's kind of impressive. The ride on this at speed, you notice the tires are aggressive and tuned for climbing over stuff. There's some tread and some tire noise. The exhaust can get a little droney, but let's see here. Wheel hop, but it'll go. So this does have the availability to put it in straight up two-wheel drive, which is what I was just in. That was not brake torquing it or anything. That was just stomping on the gas and going, which I'm sure to get the manufacturer claimed 4.8 seconds 0 to 60 on this, probably had to put it in 4 high and do some mastery of brake torquing it. But this thing is a blast and a hoot. And like I said, when the transmission finally finds the gear that you want to be in, it'll move a lot of mass very quickly. In fact, I'm going to throw it here. You actually have a readout on the gauge cluster exactly what gear you're in. This thing will move. It's not the smoothest shifting transmission in the world, but it's also not just overly aggressive, like throwing you forward and back in your seat. It's not that bad. And for a daily driver, which, let's face it, a lot of people here in Texas do, this is a very comfortable vehicle. You've got excellent visibility all around. You've got this massive panoramic sunroof. You even have inflatable outboard rear seats, which this is the first vehicle that I've seen with that feature, and it kind of blew me away, just the difference that those seatbelts make in their weight and feel and presence. But in the event of an accident, just rest assured that your rear seat occupants will be safely protected with those inflatable seatbelts. What else can I say about this? Very just all-around bonkers vehicle. This vehicle is truly nuts in what it is capable of doing, and how Ford and Hennessey engineers have completely defied gravity in almost every single way possible. There are still limitations. We thank you again for watching. If you wouldn't mind, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button down below and ring the bell so you are notified every time we post a new video. And if you want to see some stuff before it goes up here on YouTube, behind the scenes action, go and find us on Facebook and Instagram, both at GT Garage Talk. And everything we do, including our award-winning podcast where we interview people from throughout the automotive industry, can be found at gtgaragetalk.com. But until next time.